good, Sports Radio fans? It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, back at it again with another new edition. Not just any new edition, it is the 100. That's right, 100. It's the 100th episode of the Professional Wrestling Podcast, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports. Sports Radio brings to you the IE Wrestling Show. And it's your boy, the SoCal Saint, right here, right now, live and in attendance with y'all here for this momentous occasion. I'm set up here in my, I guess I could say ground zero. It's my son's bedroom. The wifey is asleep right now, so I'm not trying to, disturb her slumber at the moment. But thank y'all for tuning in to this very, very special, near and dear to my heart episode. 100 episodes, guys. Holy crap. I've made it 100 episodes with my boy T5, aka the Crescent City Savage. Hopefully he will be able to join me here very shortly. I haven't, we were able to reschedule the show because due to unforeseen circumstances and a family emergency, I had to reschedule because the original show date was supposed to be this past Wednesday, but thank God everything is fine. Family's fine. Family's safe. Family's blessed. Family's healthy. We're all good here. Thank y'all for any of all who were concerned. I appreciate it. But we're all good here. No worries. And we're back live today with the 100th episode of the IE Wrestling Show. Man, I've been here with IE Sports Radio off and on for over 10 years now, going into my 11th year this year. Me and Larry B, I've talked about this many, many times, the head honcho of IE Sports Radio. Larry B, host of many, many shows here on IE Sports Radio's platform, the Couple Sports Perspective, Defining Moment, 3 and Out. Me and him go way back. We're good buddies. From high school, back in Paris, California. Shout out P-Town. What's up, my parasites out there? I've told this story many times. He came to me. I reached out to him, after listening to one of his podcasts. Is like, man, I always wanted to do something like that. And Larry gave me the platform, and here I am today, still doing it for y'all. So I'm glad to still be here with y'all, 100 episodes deep with the IE Wrestling Show. We're still growing. We're still getting there. Hopefully we can have a nice turnout today. I see 16 of y'all so far in the viewing audience, so that's awesome. I do appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to Taryn Rodriguez, host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show and Set Point right here on IE Sports Radio. Shout out to him. Good morning. And he says, congrats on 100 episodes of the IE Wrestling Show. Yeet. Oh, bro. Yeet. That's right. We yeeting all over the place. We're yeeting all over the place. That sounded a lot dirtier than I meant it to be. But, unfortunately, that's how it comes across, I guess. I don't know. My apologies if it came across funny sounding. But, man, it is awesome to be able to do this and talk about something that I'm so passionate about, which is professional wrestling for people who want to hear about professional wrestling, and right now it seems to be the perfect time. I feel like I got right back into everything right at this, I hate using the term boom period because I feel like that gets overly used, it's overly said and overly done, but it kind of is, that seems like the best way to describe it because, who would have known, back in 2019, that everything would really change and there would be like this slow uptick. And we hit a really horrible downslide during the pandemic. But I mean, that was kind of, everyone was affected by that. We can't really, I don't wish to go back to those dark days in the wrestling world. And I'm sure the wrestlers don't want to either. But with that said, it seemed like after we got through the haze of that and things just started picking up and this whole Vince getting ousted and the sale of WWE to Endeavor and wow. And we're here where we are right now. And WWE is running stronger than ever. TNA is having some of its best shows, selling out pay-per-views. this partnership with the WWE has definitely given them like a new lease on life. More eyes are on the product than they have ever been in a very, very long time. AEW trying to get back on traction. I know they've been having, a little bit better attendance, but there's still some problems there. There's still some issues there. We'll get into that later, but hey, wrestling right now is for everyone. If you love professional wrestling, there's many different aspects of it that you can check out. It's not just the WWE being the end all be all. There's so many things out there. You just got to really look for it. And you definitely don't have to look hard, because of the state of the business today is probably more popular than it's been since I was a child, since the Attitude Era, the peak, at least I thought was the peak at the time when I was a kid, during the WCW, ECW, and WWF at the time, those days, Monday Night Raw and Monday Nitro, and then ECW and, all that good stuff going on. But anyway, whew. If you like what we do here on IE Sports Radio, I'm going to have this link posted below, throughout the show. Please check out www.spreaker.com /podcast/the-wrestling-show, and check out the official page on Spreaker. And if you I know times are hard. Times are very, very hard right now. And I really hate to ask, and I'm not emphasizing this at all. Believe me, trust me, I'm not one to do that. But if you like what we do and you want to see some more, come out of this show, some extra content, if possible, that we can do for you, me and T5, either solo or together, for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. It's $5 a month. It's the support club. Just show your support. It gives back to us that we could put into the show. You know what I mean? We can put more into the show for y'all if you enjoy what we do here at the IE Wrestling Show. So links below. Check it out if you want. No obligation whatsoever, y'all. But I would love it if you can just do a like, share, and subscribe on any of the platforms right now that we're streaming live. We got a 3-way simulcast. It's a 3-way dance right now. I'm streaming live on my official Facebook page under my government name, Martin Sandoval, IE Sports Radio's official YouTube channel, and IE Sports Radio official X account. We are streaming live on all 3 platforms right now. Please check it out. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit that notification button on the X page and on the YouTube channel as well, so that you don't miss an episode of the IE Wrestling Show or any of our IE Sports Radio shows whenever a new show is up and running and live, at its designated showtime. But for us to be able to do that, we have to keep the lights on. And the way we do that is that we spend time giving shout outs to our official sponsors. They keep the lights on for us and keep us doing what we do for y'all, the loyal fans, the passionate fans for all of the sports that we designate time for: basketball, football, volleyball, soccer, or football, NASCAR, Formula One racing, golf, you name it. We're trying to college football, NFL, all that good stuff. We're trying to encompass all of that here at IE Sports Radio, because we are your direct feed for all that is sports, and that's what we want to remain that way as well. So please give a shout out to our following sponsors here. We got Seal the Deal Wax Seals, Planet Jerky, Premium Brisket Beef Jerky, and of course, Vital Apparel. You'll hear from them here in just a short time, in just a moment here. We're going to have little drops for y'all so you can actually, learn more about each of those products. But I don't believe we have a drop for our newest sponsor just yet. Hopefully we'll get one soon for y'all, but I'll talk about it here. Please check out our newest sponsor, Raw Nutrition Supplements. Go to getrawnutrition.com. That's getrawnutrition.com. Use the promo code IESR. Again, that's IESR for 10% off your entire purchase. If you need supplements, you need that creatine, you need that muscle milk, you need that protein powder, anything like that. You need that pre-workout. We got the pre-workout. I'm getting all tongue-tied. They have pre-workout powder, and they also have actual pre-mixed pre-workout drinks in all different flavors. A lot of fruity flavors. I think there's a strawberry flavor. I think I saw a watermelon in there. and you're a gym rat, you like to go to the gym, you need that extra boost, and you're looking for something different to check out, go to getrawnutrition.com and check it out. Save yourself a little bit of shekels by using our promo code IESR at checkout for 10% off the entire purchase. Trust me, you'll love it. And when we come back from our quick little break to hear from our official sponsors that keep the lights on for us, we're going to talk about some wrestling news before we dive into the Elimination Chamber predictions for this coming weekend in Toronto, WWE's Elimination Chamber, the final stop on the road to WrestleMania. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. Stay tuned for the 100th episode as we continue the 100th episode of the IE Wrestling Show. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go. For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Yo, welcome back to the 100th episode of the IE Wrestling Show. It's your boy, the SoCal Saint. Please follow the official page of the IE Wrestling Show on all these social media platforms right here on X, TikTok, and Blue Sky. We're doing the big things here, trying to get more people, more eyes on the product, so to speak. And do myself a favor. I know currently I'm rolling solo dolo right now, but please give some love to my boy T5, my co-host, the Crescent City Savage. Check out his official X pages right here. He has a personal page that's Who Is T Fizzle. Boom, right there, that one. Who is T Fizzle? That's at Who Is T Fizzle. And then check out his boom right here, the professional page for his other show that he has right here on the IE Sports Radio Network, which is the Crescent City Connection, talking all things Louisiana sports from the Pelicans to LSU Tigers to the New Orleans Saints. Who dat? Check it out. And it'll be every Saturday, I believe, is the showtime, high noon, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on IE Sports Radio's official X account and YouTube channel. So please show some love and support for my boy T5 and check out his socials and his shows. Man, we got some wrestling news to get into. Lot to talk about. I do want to get right into it here. So, per WrestleVotes is saying that apparently Braun Breaker, who is the current WWE Intercontinental Champion, the current plan for him, which it seems pretty accurate just from what's been going on lately on Monday Night Raw, that the plan for him at WrestleMania is to have a multi-man match to defend that Intercontinental Championship, whether there's going to be a special stipulation or if it's just like a whatever, like it's a group together match. I can honestly see this possibly being a ladder match. I mean, that would be pretty dope, but I don't know if WWE wants to do a ladder match so soon after having a ladder match for the WWE Championship, which was a month ago, or not even a month ago. Literally, it was the beginning of this month because the Royal Rumble happened for the first time in the month of February. Technically, it was like, February 1st or February 2nd? It was the beginning of this month, and I know we're at the tail end of February right now, with today being the last day of February right now. But so I don't know if they want to do another ladder match so soon after having one at their the beginning of the road to WrestleMania. But I mean, that always seems to be the go-to in past WrestleManias. That always seems to be the thing for the Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental title and ladder matches are always so synonymous with each other. The very first ladder match at a WrestleMania was for the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, that was WrestleMania 10 in 1994 with, WWE Hall of Famer, the late great Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon Chico, and the Heartbreak Kid, another Hall of Famer, Shawn Michaels. And then it was defended at SummerSlam in 1998 with The Rock and Triple H for the Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental Championship was defended in two ladder matches, again, at two separate ladder matches within this new millennium. At WrestleMania 31 in San Francisco at Levi Stadium I believe it was a 8-man or 6-man. I can't remember if it was 8 or 6 guys for the Intercontinental title. And then again in Dallas at WrestleMania 32. So, it seems the Intercontinental title is very synonymous with ladders, or at least being contested in a ladder match. So I can see that happening, especially like if Braun is to drop the title again, this would be the safest way for him to drop the title without being pinned, because they want to keep Braun strong. He's got a bright future. This guy is crazy over. The fans are always, hoo, and they're, showing him some love, and the fans are really starting to get behind Braun Breaker organically, which is what you want. You want to build your stars organically and not force feed them down your throat like, years past. But that's beside the point. But I feel like if they're going to do that, the participants are starting to come a lot more clearly. Like, I feel that maybe Finn Balor might be thrown in there, since that little interaction they just had this past Monday Night on Raw, or Dominic, I guess, could be in there, since he's been mixing it up with Braun. AJ Styles most definitely will be on there, unless like the plan is for him to go one-on-one with AJ, which I'm not hating on that either. But I can see AJ being thrown in there. A Ludwig Kaiser, Sheamus, Penta. I see Penta being thrown in there as well. I'm trying to think of who else could be thrown in that match as well. But those are the names that pop up right away for me, as far as like, the guys that would be put into this multi-man match. And I feel like this would be a great way for Sheamus to finally get that Intercontinental Championship on his belt, his record, the only title that has eluded him his entire WWE career, and also keeping Braun strong without actually having to take a pin. Sheamus could climb up the ladder and pull that down and be like, fella, holding the title finally. That would be a huge WrestleMania moment right there for sure. So that's one little note that came out for Wrestle Votes for sure. And let's see here. What else is going on here in the wrestling world? So recently released member of the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows, and his wife are going to be opening a chiropractic and wellness center called the Hackinson Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Locust Grove, Georgia. So anybody that lives in the town of Locust Grove, Georgia, one of the Good Brothers, Too Sweet Me, is going to be running a chiropractic and wellness center since being released from the WWE. I don't know if that means he's retired or if this is just a side hustle for him, until he can, get back on the road doing his thing, whether it be for TNA or AEW or Japan. I know Carl Anderson, the other member of the Good Brothers, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, has been teasing. It looks like he's been teasing a return to New Japan lately on his X feed. He's been posting videos of his time in New Japan, and he just recently posted an old entrance video and his old entrance theme from his time in Bullet Club and in New Japan. So I feel like Carl's most likely heading back to New Japan, which could definitely use him right now. New Japan needs all the star power they can get. I'm not saying that they don't have any stars, but AEW has definitely poached a lot of their big names, in the last couple of years. So having a big name like Carl Anderson return back to New Japan would be definitely good for them, for sure. Yo, shout out to my boy, host of the Yinzer Report right here on Ice Sports Radio, Ralph Khalees. Martine, yeet, yeet, yeet to you, my man. And T5 on 100th episodes. What an accomplishment. Roof. That's right, brother. Yeet. Thanks, Ralph. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you very much. Oh, man. I love that we got some love coming from the IA Sports Radio crew here in the chat. So that's really cool to see. Let's see some more wrestling news here, guys. Let's go. All right. So this is some odd news. I didn't even realize she was a trained wrestler, but WWE recently trademarked the name Calyx. I hope I'm saying that right. It's K-L-I-Y-X. K-A-L-Y-X. Yeah. Whatever. Calyx, which is reportedly for referee Jessica Carr. Yeah, she's one of the top referees in WWE right now. She was the first ever full-time female referee that WWE hired in quite some time, or if ever. and she's been quietly making moves to return to in-ring action. See, I didn't even know she was a trained wrestler prior to being a referee. Sources within WWE claim Carr has been competing under a mask at recent Evolve tapings, which WWE Evolve will be premiering this coming week, March 6th, on Tubi. So if you subscribe to Tubi or you have Tubi, I don't think you have to subscribe to watch the show. I don't believe so. But if you do, it's free. You don't have to pay. It's one of those few streaming services that don't require a monthly fee. So jump on that. I know my wife watches a lot of TV shows and movies on Tubi. They actually have some good stuff there, stuff you haven't seen in a long time. But anyway, so apparently she's been competing under a mask at these recent Evolve tapings, and Kalex is her new identity. No word if she will continue as a referee while pursuing an in-ring career. But I guess it makes sense that she's been wrestling under a mask during these tapings, since she definitely would be visibly recognizable as, hey, that's that referee girl, that's Jessica in the ring, so it makes sense that they would put her under a mask to try and hide the fact that it's her. But I mean, like, if you're running the dirt sheets and seeing that, I mean, us, fans that delve into these type of news reports, we're going to know that that's her. But the casual fans it'll probably get over most casual fans though. Anyway, let's see here. Got a big event coming to why is this not popping up for me? Sorry, I'm trying to pull up this okay, so coming up in the next couple weeks in Brentwood, New York, at the Suffolk Credit Union Arena, Saturday, March 15th, 2025. They have a big event coming on there. It's going to be the Big Event X's. X's, and it's spelled EXS. XS? I think they're trying to Big Event XS. That's a really strange way of spelling that. But anyway, Entertainment and Sports Expo. Oh, okay. So the EXS stands for Big Event Entertainment and Sports Expo. It's going to be the biggest autograph expo in the Northeast, returning in March, and a lot of big WWE names have been announced for this event, and UFC names too. UFC legend Quentin Rampage Jackson will be in attendance for this event. NXT superstar Lola Vice, AEW TBS champion Mercedes Moné will be in attendance. WWE legend, and I know fans are still clamoring for her to return at some point, which I think we need to stop because I don't think it's going to happen, but one can hope. AJ Mendez will be in attendance, of course, aka AJ Lee, and the biggest name, well, I guess in terms of height, the Great Khali is going to be there in attendance, and the biggest name in terms of status and legendary status at that, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart will be in attendance live. And on Saturday, March 15th, at the Suffolk Credit Union Arena in Brentwood, New York. Go to www.bigeventny.com to purchase your tickets for this event. Let's see here. Big E has got another new Hollywood project in lined up for him. Former WWE champion Big E. Next Hollywood project has been revealed, with North American rights for the family comedy F+ being licensed to Vertical. The movie follows a group of young teenagers who plan the perfect heist by breaking into their middle school to alter their failing test grades. Big E will feature in the movie, with 6-time UFC champion Randy Couture also a part of the cast as well. This was released by a Deadline, so that's awesome to see. Of course, Big E was a prominent voice actor in the recent Disney Plus Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. If anyone caught it, I recognize his voice right away. He's one of the members of the 110th Street Gang, with the young Tombstone, Lincoln, Lonnie Lincoln. That storyline. He's one of his buddies in that gang, and he was prominent in a lot of the episodes featuring the gang. So he was in the show the majority of the time. So that was really cool to hear Big E's his voice acting skills. He did a good job. I gotta give kudos. So that's cool to see Big E getting another project. I don't know if he's going to be playing like a teacher or a parent of one of these kids or what, but that's going to be cool to see. Good up and big ups to Big E for that. Anyone out there that's 420 friendly, so to speak, anybody out there that's 420 friendly, WWE has now legalized marijuana use in the WWE. They will no longer penalize their superstars for using marijuana like they did in the past. It is no longer part of their wellness policy. It won't, give them a negative test result if they test dirty or anything like that. They're looking for more controlled substances and, painkillers and things like that. So that has been erased from the WWE wellness policy. This was actually revealed by WWE superstar Michin, aka Mia Yim. She confirmed that on a recent podcast appearance for Speakeasy Podcast. Her quote stated, "Because it's more legal, it's accepted now. They took it off the banned list a couple years ago. So when I get home on Saturdays, I do that and just chill out all day." So, I mean, that's a lot of people have their own opinions on that, but I definitely don't see that as a performance enhancing drug, not like steroids, or HGH or anything like that, that could enhance someone's physique or ability and, performance wise in sports. So I feel like more sports should definitely follow suit with that, because I feel like that's ridiculous, especially like, I don't know how like that's still like a banned substance in the UFC when like, I don't feel like that would make you a better fighter. I don't understand how that could, but whatever, that's just me. So that's just my opinion on that. But I mean, it's cool that WWE has taken a step to take that off their ban list from their wellness policy. Shout out to Karrion Kross. WWE Raw superstar Karrion Kross will be in attendance for a indie show that's going to be a benefit for Chris Bay, TNA superstar Chris Bay. We talked about him last week. Me and T5 talked about the big news, the great news that we all got via Chris Bay's social media, that he is now up and walking again. It's still unclear if he'll ever get in a wrestling ring again, but I know he's hopeful, he's determined. But by the grace of God, he is on his feet again. He is no longer paralyzed. He was able to stand up and he's walking again little by little. The physical therapy has helped him greatly. And I mean, it's so soon after the accident that paralyzed him happened. It's only been a few months, but that's amazing upturn for Chris Bay. But he still has a lot of medical bills that he needs assistance with. So Future Stars of Wrestling, the independent company Future Stars of Wrestling, presents FSW Mecca Benefit for Bay. So benefit is spelled with BEY, as the play on words for Chris Bay's name. The Benefit for Bay, Sunday, March 23rd, 2025 at 5 p.m. at the Silverstone Casino at 3333 Blue Diamond Road, Las Vegas, Nevada. So this is actually happening a few weeks prior to WWE, almost damn near a month before WWE hits the Vegas Strip for WrestleMania. WWE's Karrion Kross will return to FSW to be a part of the benefit for Bay. I don't know if he'll be competing or just making a special appearance and, doing like a meet and greet, signing autographs and whatnot. General admission tickets start at $35. VIP packages start at $70. The meet and greet will start at 3:30 p.m. and the doors open at 4 p.m. You can actually, it'll be airing live on Triller TV Plus, so you can subscribe to that and actually catch the show there. Head to fswvegas.com to purchase tickets and check out all their social media platforms. So that's really cool that Karrion Kross is going to be helping out the homie Chris Bay and trying to raise money for his medical expenses. So that's really cool, man. The wrestling community, man, when one of their own goes down, fans and wrestlers alike always come together for their fallen brethren. So that's really cool to see. And it's really cool that WWE is giving Karrion Kross the opportunity to be there, the permission to be in attendance for that event for Chris Bay. I know this is a sad story, but this broke yesterday while I was at work. I saw this, so I thought I definitely wanted to mention this. I'm not fully aware of all his accolades, but he is a legend in Japanese pro wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling is saddened to learn of the passing of former NJPW wrestler Osamu Nishimura. Our deepest sympathies go to his family, friends, and fans. Nishimura apparently was suffering from cancer. The type of cancer I don't know, but he trot hard to the very end, and it ended up taking his life, unfortunately. So that's really sad to see. A very young, for his age. He was born in 1971. So what does that look like here? I'm trying to do quick math here on the podcast. He's only 54 years of age. That's very young. But man, I would like to extend our condolences here from the IE Wrestling Show and IE Sports Radio to the family of Nishimura. I saw a post from former NJPW superstar himself, the current United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura, sending condolences and sharing a photo of him and Nishimura together. So I know that's affecting him too. Saying, he's had his goodbyes to his brother in arms in Japanese pro wrestling. So condolences to the family, friend, and fans of Nishimura and the NJPW family. They're definitely going to be missing one of their own for sure. And probably one of the biggest stories that came out of wrestling this last week or so that actually broke, I think, after our episode last week, which I wanted to touch base on. Trying to see if I can I'm trying to get T5 back on the show here. See if I can get him back on. I'm trying to send him another link so he can join me, because I would love to hear what he has to say about this, about this breaking story here. So let me see if I can get him on the pod here. I'm trying to send him another link to the show. But apparently this broke via, I think, Fightful Select, and it is true. I know I always say, like, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, it is apparently real. So this is breaking news from Fightful Select. This took place, about 4 days ago, actually. So Ryan Nemeth, the brother of former WWE superstar and current TNA wrestler Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, Ryan Nemeth has filed a lawsuit. He filed it on February 14th in California against 3 people. Well, 2 people and an entity. He filed a lawsuit against AEW, All Elite Wrestling, Tony Khan, the owner of All Elite Wrestling, and current WWE superstar and one of the superstars competing in the men's elimination chamber this coming weekend, CM Punk. The complaint is for assault, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and intentional interference with prospective advantage. That's a lot of it's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo there, but so apparently the gist of it is the story going around. I've read some excerpts of this lawsuit that Ryan said that CM Punk basically bullied him during CM Punk's run in AEW, that he said he was assaulted by him. But then when you read what the assault was, let's use that very, very loosely. The assault was CM Punk approaching him after Ryan Nemeth. This is so, I don't know how this is even going to make, I doubt this even sees the light of day in court, honestly, because Ryan was antagonizing CM Punk on X. Like, there's receipts. I saw the tweet myself. He wrote, after the whole brawl out fiasco happened, all those years ago, seems so long ago now, between, Punk and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, he wrote, tweet directed at CM. It was obvious it was directed at CM Punk, calling him the softest man alive, or the softest man in wrestling. And then apparently whenever Ryan and Punk were at the same show, I think it was like backstage at a Rampage or backstage at a Dynamite taping or something, Punk approached him and said, do we need to step outside? Do we got to handle this like men? So he was verbally assaulted by CM Punk, but that's what the assault claim is in the lawsuit against CM Punk. at least a part of the CM Punk portion of the lawsuit. And then on top of that, he is, saying that Tony Khan basically like coddled CM Punk, or like he was just like, he was so enamored or so like obsessed with CM Punk. I think he actually uses the word obsessed, or at least his lawyer does in the document, saying that Tony Khan was so obsessed with CM Punk, that he was so enamored with CM Punk. He was such a fan of CM Punk that he would never punish CM Punk, and yada yada. And then CM Punk had to be let go, and then he said that Tony Khan has never been the same since he was let go, or that he had to let go CM Punk, and the company's never been the same, which is, I mean, that's probably fairly accurate. But yeah, so I don't know. This lawsuit seems so stupid, and I feel bad for Nick, Dolph. It's kind of hard to call him Nick. I feel bad for Dolph. I wonder if Dolph is like looking at his brother like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, really? Like, this is not going to end well for you anyway. And then Ryan is claiming that this, whatever interaction he had with Punk led to him being let go, and he's being blackballed from wrestling companies. But then at the same time, it's like, how are you blackballed when you're under contract to TNA? Yo, the Crescent City Savage has returned to the IE Wrestling Show's 100th episode. What's good, my brother? How are you, man?
Welcome. What's happening, man? Man, sorry about that. I got the times mixed up. I thought it was like noon. I thought we were gonna roll for noon. And if I wasn't clickety clacking Twitter fingers on Facebook, I was like live. I said, what the hell?
It's all good, bro. Yeah, man. So I mean, you didn't miss much. I'm just going through the wrestling news. I'm on the last story right now. One of the last, like, I guess, news stories, but I was talking about that lawsuit between Ryan and TK, AEW, and CM Punk. I mean, I don't know, bro. It sounds so frivolous and stupid. I really don't see anything coming of it. Like, what do you think?
It's wild, bro. It makes him look like a sucker, bro. Like, you out here working on TNA, working with your brother, and then you flip, you bounce between that and the NXT partnership and stuff. I said, you doing all right, bro? And you ain't being blackballed, like, man, like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what is he talking about being blackballed, dude? You're working for TNA right now. You're not blackballed. Like, what,
bro? I mean, and on top of that, like CM Punk, AEW, they is not blackballing you from no companies. They don't have that type of reach, that type of swag to CM Punk ain't been on the indies in forever.
Yeah,
and
so
AEW, like, their only beef was kind of like with GCW for a minute, but other than that, they can't tell nobody who they can and can't sign or whatever.
Right.
The only reason, like, if you're not out there getting work is because folks don't really, won't mess with you, like your, like, not character, but you're Ryan Nemeth. You're not exactly you're not a big name and stuff. You could probably get some work somewhere, but folks ain't gonna be busting down your door like GCW or MLW or one of these companies, something like that. So I mean, bro, you gotta be cool where you at, because right now you eating good in TNA. He got that annoying character, like, my brother, and that's getting over. It's getting over, man. You on TV, bro, right now. You was on TV way more than you was in AEW.
Right.
Because, like, the only time he'll be on TV is like AEW Dark and AEW Dark with those Elevation and stuff. With the whatchamacallit, the workhorse, not the work, yeah, the workhorseman and Peter Avalon and all them.
Yeah, I'm surprised like Dolph didn't like pull him aside and was like, yo, little brother, you are gonna blackball yourself from here if you don't stop this, because you got one of the top WWE superstars involved in your lawsuit. You're working for a company that just signed a partnership together with the WWE. How is that? Like, I'm surprised nobody from like TNA management was just like, what the hell are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, bro, you wilding though, bro. Because I mean, right now I know their partnership is more with NXT and everything, but the
It's still WWE
that's still
adjacent.
WWE at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's still under the umbrella. So what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like what? I don't know.
You out here trying to tempt fate, bro. You tripping, bro.
If he was smart, he would at least if he wants to go at AEW and Tony Khan, more power to you. But I don't see where CM Punk falls into this because, like I said, I don't know if you heard me talking about it. He like antagonized Punk intentionally.
Yeah,
And then
I heard it. I heard it.
Verbal assault. You know what I'm saying?
But a couple of months when they first, he first drew up the papers, and he was. I remember when the original rumor came out when he first, they said he first got blackballed from the show. Where they were saying CM Punk was he had certain people that can come on Collision, and some people. Collision was supposed to be his show.
Right. Yes.
And he had like his handful of people like Thunder Rosa, the House of Black, FTR. Those were gonna be his peoples.
Right.
Be on Collision. Everybody else, kick rocks and stuff. Almost like a soft brand split. And I heard, about him showing up one day and they telling him to, go kick rocks and stuff. And he talked about he feeling emotional and he got kicked out in front of all his co-workers and all that soft stuff and junk.
Right. Now, and then the assault was just Punk like being like, yo, I saw you talking shit. You want to handle this like men? That's
because he
didn't actually physically assault him.
Yeah, he wanted to kind of like ride on that, it was I forgot who else did something like that. They started off online. And then they try to work it into a work shooty work. Yeah, on their own. They wanted to try to do it on their own without consulting the other people.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, "Yeah, bro, like we got a problem." He's like, "Nah, man, let's go and make some money off this." Hey, man, Punk ain't making no money off of that, bro. You gonna make some money off that? You get some more TV time. So he ain't think that out. He didn't not at all. He didn't well plan that.
No, not at all.
What happened?
Exactly. So I don't know. It seems it's really it's frivolous. It's probably going to get thrown out. It probably won't even ever see the light of day in court at all. But man, like did you read any of it?
Yeah,
dude. Did you see dude? Tony Khan was catching strays throughout that entire thing. That shit was funny. Like it was like it said like there was a portion where it talks about like Tony Khan basically alienated the Jaguars locker room and that his dad Shahid was kind of just like, let's just put him here so it like keeps him busy. Like it was, it was saying all this shit like it was probably unnecessarily didn't need to be in there, but the lawyer took it upon himself to just be like, let's just destroy his character while we're doing this as well. You know what I mean? Like, damn. You think I'm hard? You think I'm hard on him? I wasn't as hard as that fucking legal document was.
That was wild.
Yeah, like it even said that he's the reason why the Fulham FC is a terrible club now. Like Tony Khan drove that team into the ground. Like it was, like I said, he was catching strays left and right in that legal document.
Which is crazy because he's not even in charge like that. What? I forgot what the term is, but he's not like the general manager or anything.
I think he's like an auditor or something, right?
Yeah, he does something like on the scene, like the scouting and the money and the stuff.
Yeah,
something low level, bro. It's not even what he does is not even that serious.
Yeah, but I mean, it was still funny though.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's wild, bro.
Yeah, but I got to get your opinion, man. Come on, you got to be with me on this. You got to be with me on this, bro.
Depends on what it is.
You cannot defend this, okay? Because it to me, these two instances are indefensible. The Thunder Rosa shit with Megan Bain in that chair and Penelope Ford, that made Thunder Rosa look like a fucking idiot, and that's not even her fault, but it made her look really dumb as a babyface. And then the thing that happened this past Wednesday, with the camera cutting to Christopher Daniels, a legend in wrestling. I love Christopher Daniels. I'm not hating on Chris Daniels, but the mistimed cue and the miscommunication of this segment, and you see him live on camera blading and then pretending like it didn't just happen.
I heard about that because I missed like the first 5 or 10 minutes, I think it was.
Bro,
and I heard about that on one of the YouTube post Dynamite shows.
Look it up.
Man.
I shared. Look it on the page, bro. On X on our page, I shared it. You see Chris Daniels blading and then like quickly just going like limp, like, oh, the camera didn't just catch all that.
Oh snap! You shared the AEW video. That's wild.
Yes, I did. One showing how shitty it was. Yes,
I had to do it.
Anytime I can share them embarrassing themselves, I will be right there.
That's like, what, bro? That's wild,
bro. I can't believe that. I'm not even blaming Chris Daniels for that. I'm blaming the
production, bro. They need to have their production meetings like together because
they don't have production meetings. According to Brian Alvarez of Tuna Meltzer's Wrestling Observer, he claims that people in AEW tell him all the time that Tony Khan doesn't do production meetings. There are no production meetings. And he said that's fucking ridiculous. It needs to happen because when I heard him talking about that was when he was talking about the whole Thunder Rosa fiasco with the what I was getting at was she was on Busted Open Radio and she gave they gave her the floor to speak her mind about the situation. She ain't throw nobody under the bus, but you can tell by her words that they didn't have no type of production meeting because she came in there and she was ready to full on swing the chair, but they was too close. Right.
So she had to not swing it. And that's what made her look goofy because she was supposed to swing the chair and shoo him off. Instead, she was too close to him. So she said, I'm just paraphrasing, that she was looking out for her co-workers' safety. And that's not.
I can understand that because she's a veteran, which is good. That's good for her to be doing that. But
so like I said, she got in, and she was supposed to, according to what was going on, she was supposed to get in there, make the save, and shoo them off, and they were supposed to scatter like roaches. But what happened was she got in there too close, and she had to, half step it, not swing. Now, if they would have had a production meeting, I don't know if there was something lost there that the girls didn't know they were supposed to piece out or what. Like you said, it made the girl look bad. It made them look bad because it made them look like there was no selling for her.
Exactly.
And in turn, it was they probably didn't know they were supposed to hit the bricks. Because look how they just they just casually left the ring and stuff. If you know you're supposed to hit the bricks, you gonna at least fake it. Because remember when they had in the early days of AEW, they had the Dark Order segment where they had before they got real. Big,
the shadow punches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right there. At least they sold it. That they was getting punched, even though they looked bad. Now this right here, if they would have had the right production meeting, then the girls would have at least sold it and hit the mat and then rolled out the ring.
Right, but then even then with that shadow punching incident with Dark Order, that was a bad production camera work again because the camera was focused right on that shit. Like, come on, bro. Like you can't shoot it from a different angle where it looks like he's actually being hit. You know what I'm saying? Like
because you got a mix of veterans and you got a mix of indie cats. Now indie cats might be new to the game. They might be doing the punching and stuff, and it may not look good because they still kind of greenish.
They're not TV ready. That's all it really is.
At the same, like you said, with the camera work, you got to get that camera work better than that. So
yeah, for sure.
like I said, it's on the production. You need to have production meetings. You got veterans in the lot. I mean, behind the scenes, you got dudes that been in the business for decades and stuff. They should be, you should lean on that that experience. You got the Dean Malenkos.
You got Daniel Bryan, or Bryan
Danielson.
Danielson. You got
you got what you would call him? Miss Billy Gunn and all them back there and stuff.
You got the artist formerly known as Adam Copeland.
And that's in ring, and that's just in ring.
Yeah, but I mean, still anything like that, like guys that have been the majority of their careers working the hard cam, they should know, like, this is where you hit your spots. This is where you look at, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, but a lot of, I don't know, you keep hearing a lot of people that are not wrestlers have commented on this, like Action Bronson. I know he was on a podcast recently and somebody asked him about whenever he showed up on AEW, and he was like, he had some words about it, like the backstage scene. And he said it was, I think I'm paraphrasing too, but I think he said it was like, it's clicky. He said it was just odd. It's just weird. It was a weird environment. Is how he put it. It was weird and clicky. And I don't know if that affects it, because in terms of like Thunder Rosa, it makes me sad to see her treatment in AEW, because I feel like she's made to look like an idiot more times than she definitely should have. And it's very famously been said online, like the whole thing with her and Britt Baker. And then there was that thing with her and, oh God, I forgot that girl's name, but that girl that no-sold for her on that AEW match that one time on television, like, made her look ridiculous. It's like, what is going on? Like, I feel like, I don't know. And a lot of people were jumping on online being like, Thunder Rosa is the problem. I don't think so.
They kind of blamed her. They said she was sandbagging. And,
yes.
She was working stiff and everything. And for the most part, a lot of the girls in the locker room have taken up for her.
They have.
And I mean, that might give a little credence to what a lot of people say about Britt Baker. I don't know Adam from Steve. I don't know none of them cats like that.
Right. Neither do I.
I'm just putting like a bunch of the pieces together from what I hear. And that might give a little credence to why, Britt Baker's kind of falling out of favor a little bit in back there. And Thunder Rosa put over the women's locker room. That they're, they together, they support each other, and she was, like I said, she was looking out for her co-workers.
Yeah. I mean, any employer should be so grateful to have an employee like Thunder Rosa, because even after all this BS over the years, or all the time she's made to look like either for lack of a better term, a bitch, or ridiculous, or like she doesn't know what the hell she's doing in the ring, because like she's looked ridiculous more than once. This is not the first time this has happened. The poor Thunder, the poor Thunder Rosa, made to look like an amateur out there, and she clearly is not. She's probably one of the more tenured women that you got on the roster, back there. But she tries to stay positive. She stays, trying to stay, like ingratiated to the audience that they've built, even when the audience hasn't been, reciprocating that same favor, I guess. Because I just seen some fucking crazy AEW fans talking shit about her on X because she had the nerve to hug O'Shea Jackson, Ice Cube's son. And they were like, what are you doing? Like, he's a WWE fan. Like, you know who the fuck you work for? And then some people are like, fucking Tony Khan needs to fire her ass already. She's on Boasted Open Radio with those WWE blowhards, Mark Henry and Bubba Ray. Like, why is she on that radio show? And they always talk shit about AEW. Why doesn't she stick up for Tony and this and that? Like, I'm just like, she's probably more positive about any, like, you know what I mean? You hardly ever hear her say, like, she could have took that opportunity to say something completely out of left field, but she kept it totally, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't want to say PC, but she kept it. She kept it professional. You know what I mean? She kept it. She didn't go into business for herself when she totally had every right to do so. She could have buried Megan Bayne right then and there.
When I listened to what she had to say, it was professional. It wasn't what people wanted to hear. Because I read in the comments on YouTube, so many people was, oh, she didn't say anything. She didn't do. I was like, what you wanted to say? I said, put two and two together. Y'all as whole adults. What did you not get from what she said?
That's what I'm saying.
I said, what she was basically saying was that she was supposed to go in there and swing the chair, but because she was too close, or the girls didn't know they were supposed to hit the bricks, she didn't swing the chair, and that's where everything went south.
Yeah.
It's 2 + 2. What you wanted to go in there? Then what you wanted to go in there and start burying people? Like, them girls are stupid. They supposed to do this, and they ain't da. Nah, she ain't gonna go there and bury her co-workers, especially if they didn't know.
Right.
We don't know what happened afterwards when they went backstage and talked. Like you said, they probably didn't.
Honestly,
they don't have production meetings. Guess what?
I almost wish she had, in a way. I almost wish she pulled a Randy Orton like Randy did with Kofi that one time. Stupid. When Kofi forgot the spot, he was supposed to stay down for the punt kick and got up, and Randy had to hit the RKO. And that probably laid a detriment to Kofi's career. It was affected by that because I guess he couldn't. There was that miscommunication. Thunder Rosa totally could have handled it that way too, and just started fucking swinging that chair, or just fucking buried them backstage. Like, what the fuck am I even doing in this program with these people? These fucking amateurs. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? You got this one.
She was a whole professional, and she don't want
this big bitch that's green as grass, and then you got wannabe Sunny 2.0 right here who can't wrestle her fucking head out of a paper bag. Why am I in here with these amateurs when she could totally gone like that, but no, she handled it professionally. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people would kill for an employee like her, and I feel like she shows a lot of love to AEW, but I don't feel like she gets a lot of love back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends on where you're expecting that love from, because wrestling fans are weird.
I'm not saying just the wrestling fans. I feel like, as far as like AEW, specifically just AEW, like the office or whoever is the people that that pick and choose like who's on TV and who's not. Because I feel like she got thrown under the bus with the Britt Baker stuff, because at the time Britt Baker was like the golden girl for their women's division. Like, it was built around her. So if you weren't in the Britt Baker circle, you were definitely on the outskirts. And I feel like whatever thing was happening between them they were butting heads. I feel like that definitely was a detriment to her and her, growth as a top, women's star for AEW, which is unfortunate because I feel like Thunder Rosa is definitely a better, at least more complete wrestler than Britt is. I feel like Britt was still very green at that time. She had talent. She has talent. I'm not taking that away from her, but I feel like if you're looking at both of them side by side, matches wise, and like the quality of matches that they've had, I feel like Thunder Rosa is definitely leaps and bounds above Britt. I feel like Thunder Rosa has a lot better matches under her belt than Britt does. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree with you. I'm a Thunder Rosa fan since NWA. But what I do disagree is, look who's on TV and look who's not. Look who was the last one. Look who was the last one to be champion, and look who hasn't been champion since Hup was a pup. Didn't she drop it to Thunder Rosa?
She did drop it to Thunder, yeah.
So I know.
Well, because I guess if rumors are to be believed, Tony Khan apparently buried her on to somebody. Apparently, Tony Khan said that Britt is just a fucking monster to deal with or whatever. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's hearsay. That's he said, she said shit.
Yeah.
So maybe Tony Khan did get fed up with her and that's why she's not on TV right now. You know, a lot of people, like Ricky Saints. Ricky talked about this on Busted Open with Bubba after he debuted on NXT and or signed his contract. Was it the debut or after he signed the contract? I can't remember which episode it was, but he, without really naming names, kind of led into like Punk leaving had a lot to do with it because he was considered one of Punk's guys. And then I know fans and he's even said this before on Chris Van Vliet's show that whenever he showed up at the Rumble, somebody, he wouldn't say who, approached him and was just like, how's that look for us? Like when you're showing up at their, at the Rumble, and you're on camera, a security camera caught him. It wasn't like a WWE camera caught him. You know what I mean? He said somebody had the nerve to approach him, and he was just like, I was there to fucking hang out with a friend, like, and it's none of your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's somebody off. That's somebody offshoot. That's not exactly from front office. Was it? Did he say who it was?
No, he wouldn't say, but a lot of people believe it to be fucking FTR Bald or Dax. And I know he said something on that Busted Open with Bubba about like veterans backstage, like kind of being almost like, I'm paraphrasing again, like almost like being a detriment to him and not really helping him. And I feel like that little tiff that they had in the ring may have been more than just like taking shots at each other between him and the artist formerly known as Adam Copeland.
Yeah.
So I don't, maybe Cope couldn't cope with whatever was said, and I don't know. Like I said, it's whatever. It's all, I guess, water under the bridge now because Ricky had a fucking awesome debut this past Tuesday. Did you catch Ricky's match?
The debut.
His debut match with him and Javon.
Debut match. I thought you meant the debut. I was about to say that was like
I'm talking about his match.
That was last week.
I'm talking about his debut match this past week.
Yeah. I caught NXT, man.
I love the crowd chanting, "Tony fumbled." Fucking awesome. So good. Ricky looked like a fucking star from the moment his music hit all the way to the ring. Mwah. Chef's kiss, baby. Chef's kiss. Another one for HBK. He's cooking. The Hardy Boys, huge fucking reaction. It was awesome to see them in the ring. Did you hear what Big Joseph had to say about Miles? That was some dirty shit, but it was funny. You didn't hear what he said? He said when the Hardys came out, it's so loud in here, even Miles can hear it.
Oh, yeah. I did catch that because I forgot that old boy was deaf.
Yeah, he's partially deaf. He's not fully deaf, but he's partially deaf.
Yeah, because somebody had brought that up during their show, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't like him, unless he was cool with him." I'm like, yeah, he was cool with it.
Of course he was cool with it. You think he wouldn't run that line by him?
They made jokes like that. He a couple of the backstage stuff, the things where he was making jokes about himself. That was his idea.
Yeah. I just seen a tweet from him today that said, me and Randy Orton are nothing alike. He hears voices. I don't hear shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, bro. Like, some cats got like way too soft, bro. I was like, yeah, bro. That was that man idea. Y'all chill out, bro.
Yeah. And kudos to North Quarter Catch Crew. Another awesome tag team match, and they look damn good against the Hardys, even in a losing effort. That's how veterans like the Hardys. Even of course, they're the veterans. They were going to go over. They were massively over with the NXT audience. Huge reaction to them. Like always, got the love for the Hardys is never ever going to die down. Those guys are going to be baby faces till the day they die. Man, those guys are just eternally. Just fan favorites forever. You know what I mean? I love the Hardys. I react the same way I did as a little kid whenever I see them, even now to this day.
Man, the only time the Hardys have been healed is when they've been separate.
Exactly.
When they've been solo, man.
So they need each other. They needed each other to stay on the righteous path. But man, it was so good to see them back in a WWE like presentation, and then holding the TNA tag team titles while they're at it. That was pretty fucking cool to see. What a night, man! NXT had a really great show that night. Moose and Lexus King had a dope ass match, which led to the ruler himself, Oba, coming out and making it official for Roadblock. It's like we're getting a Worlds Collide pay-per-view without the name at WWE Roadblock. A lot of matches are going to be NXT versus TNA that night because they got 2 big title matches already announced for that show. We have the TNA tag team titles will be defended on a WWE pay-per-view, a WWE branded pay-per-view or PLE, whatever, special event in the theater of Madison Square Garden. That's where this event is taking place on March 11th. It'll be the Hardys versus Fraxium. Holy crap. I'm set for that. I'm ready to see that. That's going to be a great match. And then we're going to get Moose and Oba for the NXT championship, correct? Or is it for the TNA X division? Or is it just I think it's just for the NXT title, correct?
I think it's just for the NXT title.
Yeah, just for the NXT title.
He's defending the TNA X Division title against Jeff Hardy next week.
That's right, in a ladder match. Holy shit! At Sacrifice, and then we're finally getting, which I thought we wouldn't get this until Stand and Deliver, but if rumors are to be believed, my girl, the beautiful madness, Julia, is dealing with an injury, so
yep.
She may be dropping the title to Stephanie Vakir in their champion
title versus title
match. Title versus title. The NXT Women's Champion Julia will defend against defending NXT Women's North American Champion Stephanie Vakir. Which, if Julia is injured, that really sucks. I hate to see her injured so quickly since after her debut, but if she needs to take time off to get rested up and be back 100%, that I'm all good for that. Because you got another big match waiting in the wings that could take its place at Stand and Deliver. I could definitely see Stephanie and Jordan going one-on-one at Stand and Deliver in its place. So, I mean, things are looking up, for this TNA NXT collab, Moose and Oba. That, to take it again from a Big E and Wade Barrett, big meaty man slopping meat. I can't wait,
bro. It's about time, man. It's about time they show some of that love, bro. Because they was putting like who TNA was getting Wesley. Man, he was already there before. Like by the time they go send Oba over there. All right, okay. I see you. I see that. All right, bro. That when Oba pulled up on TNA, bro, bro. Full sale was full sale.
That's true.
Full sale was 100% full sale, bro.
That's very true,
wild.
Man. I can't wait for that, man. I know, man. There's a lot of people online, like, man. I don't know. I wanted to get your opinion on this because I've been seeing a lot of podcasts, some other podcasts talking about this. I can't think of their names right now, but apparently, most recently there was this for Black History Month. I know we're in the last day of Black History Month. I can't remember if it was a website. I think it was a website that named like the best like black wrestlers, kind of list, and they put Moose and Swerve on that list. And Moose and Swerve were negative about it. They were, like they didn't reciprocate or were appreciative of being on the list because
they wanted to be thought of as wrestlers and not just black wrestlers.
Yes,
I can see that.
I mean, I get it, but a lot of some black wrestling podcasts out there are they're just like, man, fuck them, because like apparently like Moose they were going in on Moose and Swerve, saying that they were just being really negative against them, and I don't know how I feel about that because I mean I've heard things about them not so much like in a negative light, but you know, like, but I don't know. Like, I know, I will say this about Moose. I feel like it is very problematic that he would defend Tessa Blanchard. I don't personally like that because
the thing about it is he knows her personally. I think if I'm not mistaken, her and Ricochet stayed with them, like stayed with him, like kind of like the roommates type deal. So
right.
he personally knows her. Everybody else doesn't know her, but they have an opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can have an opinion. Yes, we all have an opinion and stuff like that. But he actually knows the girl. So he can feel some sort of way because he has a personal experience with her. Now, you can't take away from that experience. If you want to call him this, that, and the third or whatever,
right?
And you know, it is what it is. But you got people that don't know her going at a person that does know her.
That's true. I will. Okay, I'll give you that. But then there's that, then there's that kind of sketchy history with Moose too. And I've seen people online bringing it up like, oh, so we're going to drop Odyssey Jones, but we got Moose on our television screens now. And Odyssey was only accused. Moose actually did it, type of thing. People are saying, apparently, Moose had assaulted a former girlfriend of his or wife or whatever. So,
the part is nobody brings it up because it wasn't until you just now mentioned it that I knew about it. Nobody brings it up.
Oh, I knew about that for years. That's why WWE never picked him up from the get-go whenever he left Ring of Honor.
I know he had tryouts and stuff before, but I didn't know that was why.
That was why, yeah. That was why. That's why he ended up signing with TNA in the first place all those years ago. Because WWE was like, nah, he's persona non grata. But I guess that changed, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird though, man.
And then people are opinionated about Swerve, man. I feel like I'm trying not to get into like too much of a touchy subject with, because I know how people are, real sensitive today. But I mean, being a biracial man myself, I'm half black, I'm half Mexican. I definitely don't look black. but I know I'm very proud of both of my ethnicities. I was raised by a strong black mother, God rest her soul, a strong Mexican father. I got a strong black grandmother that I talk to every single day. And I go in for my people, man. Like I try to defend my people as best I can, but I don't know. Some things it's kind of a little hard to defend. Certain things are, but the thing that Swerve is getting heat on, I think is really unnecessary because the only thing I heard anybody talking about Swerve was that he dates white girls. Like, is that the biggest detriment that you can come up with about Swerve? And then the fact that he doesn't want to be known as a top black wrestler and just be known as just a top wrestler, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. That's wild because, like, he goes in for the culture. When music wise, when he goes out into does stuff in the public, and puts over his music, his AEW.
That was another thing.
Stuff. He puts on for the culture and everything.
Yeah.
He even said that when he the first promo when he was going after the world heavyweight title, he wanted to be he said, like, I think months before, he said he wanted to be the first black wrestler world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
So I mean, he as a competitor or as a wrestler, you want to be known, you want it to be equal. You want to be on the same level as this guy, and this guy, like the Bryan Danielses, the Kenny Omegas, the John Cenas, your contemporaries and stuff. You don't want to be pigeonholed to, oh, he's the best top 10, top 5 black wrestlers. Okay, then what about the wrestling period? What about top wrestler? Am I top top 10 wrestler, period.
Mhm.
Where do I fit in there? So I can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
He probably, in his head, he probably thinks, okay, I appreciate that, but I want to be known as the best wrestler alive.
I
I
can
don't want to
understand that.
pigeonhole to the best black wrestler alive. I want to be the best wrestler alive.
I can understand that. I can understand that feeling, but I don't see where it's a. I still don't. I don't. And I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. But I also don't see it being a negative thing to be
It's
put in a
not.
list like that. You know what I
Like I
mean?
said,
Because
it's not. It's cool. And like
yeah,
I said, because it's weird. It's kind of half and halfish
yeah,
because you want to be acknowledged with those great black wrestlers out there, but at the same time, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself to being just a great black wrestler. You
right,
want to be
right.
known personally, with your list of achievements, you want to be known as the best wrestler.
True,
So
true.
it's kind of, you know, dang if you do, dang if you don't almost.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. But man, I mean, like, so, like, while we're on the subject, I mean, we haven't really, like, I guess, like, talked about it all month long. But I mean, like, there's so like, wrestling has come such a very, very long way, especially for the athletes of color that have been in this business. I mean, like,
You ain't lying.
Rock shared a very heartwarming video uh, of him talking about his father, Rocky Johnson, Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
Mhm.
Rock, intertwined like videos of his eulogy to his father after he passed away. At his funeral, saying like, like many towns that I would wrestle in, my father did before me, and because of him, I was able to do that because he would go places where people would spit on him, throw things at him. Guys said that they wouldn't wrestle him simply because he was black. You know what I mean? And Rocky
Mhm.
Johnson doesn't get enough credit for the things that he did to push the business forward. Him, guys like Bobo Brazil and Ernie Ladd and Tony Atlas. You know what I mean? Like they don't get
Mhm.
props that they deserve. JYD, man, JYD,
Junkyard
one of the
Dog.
biggest, the Junkyard Dog, Shell, man, in your backyard, man. He was one of the biggest wrestlers to come out of Louisiana,
Yeah, my
during,
pops talks about going to see him, man, because he was a wrestling fan back in the day. And
yeah,
yeah.
JYD, bro, coming out, another one bites the dust. You know what I mean? His popularity at that time was probably equal to, if not more than Hulk Hogan. Because
Oh
JYD
yeah,
was
bro.
one of those,
That's what I
was
hear, bro.
huge. You know what I mean? JYD was a huge deal, man. Like people don't realize how big of a deal JYD was. You know what I mean? And Ron Simmons, aka Farouk, became the first black WCW world champion. The WCW title, came from the same lineage of the NWA championship, up until that
Yeah,
point,
they
they
talk
didn't
about
have
that to
anyone
this
of color
day.
holding that title. You know what I mean? And that was a huge deal at that time, man. I love watching that clip of him winning the world title from Vader when he hits that power slam and pins him
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Ron's reaction is the best. But what's better than Ron's reaction is if you look in the crowd, like right behind like all the action, there's this young African American kid. He looks maybe no more than like 12 to 14 years of age. He ran down from his seat to the front row. He's jumping up and down and just like, for me, his reaction is what makes that so great. Is that kid, like, that stands out to me because it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like you're seeing someone, you're seeing a mirror image of yourself when you see the stuff like that. I know I felt some type of way. Oh God, I'm trying not to get emotional here. I felt that same type of way when Eddie beat Brock for the WWE title, first ever Chicano to ever win a WWE or a world championship here in America. You know what I mean? Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat. He's 5'8". I'm an inch shorter than what Eddie Guerrero was. Beating Brock Lesnar, become to be the man, not just a secondary title. He was the fucking man. He was holding the same title held by Hulk Hogan, held by Stone Cold Steve Austin, held by Macho Man Randy Savage, held by Bret the Hitman Hart, Nature Boy Ric Flair. You can put Eddie amongst all those guys.
Yeah,
And
bro.
and Ron Ron winning the WCW title is much like that. Same title held by Rick, by Sting, by Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you gotta know where you came from to get where you're going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like you were saying, when Eddie won that title, we all felt some sort of way. But at the same time, I know you had to feel some sort of way because that was like looking into like, man, bro, if that cat could do it, man, I could do whatever, bro.
Exactly.
That's how I felt when Booker T.
Yes.
Like, WCW, because at first, in WWE or at the time WWF, my guy used to be Ahmed Johnson.
Oh man,
Pearl
River Plunge, man.
Now, at first, I roll with HBK. So when I would see HBK talking to Ahmed Johnson, I'm like, what? Oh snap! 2 of my faves. Oh, this is Christmas. What's going on? So I was like, Ahmed Johnson, Pearl River Powerhouse. I was like, bro, strap him up. And they did. They put the IC title. I was like, strap him up. Strap him up. I want to see this dude, the Pearl Power Bomb. That was my deal, bro. And then on the other side, you had Harlem Heat. Bro,
Harlem Heat was nothing. Shit, bro.
You couldn't tell me nothing when Harlem Heat would come on TV, bro. And then when Booker T went solo, I was like, strap him up.
Yeah,
strap him up. And they strapped him up. And when they strapped him up, I was like, that's my guy.
Booker was my guy too.
I felt like the biggest W, bro. I was like, we here, bro. We here, bro.
I know, man. I feel like Booker, man, he's always been one of my favorites, man. From back in the Harlem Heat days, I love Booker T, man. Him and his brother Stevie Ray coming out. We down from 110th Street. It's gonna be on like Nick Bone, sucker. Like, and when I feel, man, for me, it doesn't overshadow it, but I feel like everybody always talks about the stupid shit with Hogan and Jarrett and Vince Russo's, shoot promo at Bash at the Beach 2000. But for me, that's secondary to what happened in that main event, Booker winning the WCW title. I know WCW was going through it during that time. It wasn't, they were hurting creatively all around, but you can't take that moment away from Booker winning his first ever world championship, and he was their first black champion since Ron in the early 90s. And, and Booker held that shit on his back, man. Like, he rode out WCW till the wheels fell off and, right into Vince's pocket. But, and Booker, like, he had to scratch and claw to get to be a big name during his WWE run, you know what I mean? And for me, it was rough watching that. I don't know how you felt, but
during the invasion era and stuff, bro.
Yeah,
man, bro. Because I knew
like
a lot of these,
so much more.
I was one of these cats that was going back and forth watching WCW, watching Nitro and watching Raw, so I knew the players, dude. Yeah, hey, I ain't one of these, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Heck no, I know who them cats over there is. Let's go. Let's put, man, I was like, bro, y'all out here dragging DD, y'all doing DDP like that. Y'all doing Canyon like that.
Right.
Y'all doing Booker like that. So, man, y'all wild for that, bro.
I will say this. Like, the very early days of the invasion angle, I didn't even realize this at the time, when I was a kid, but like I would find this out years later that him and Rock main eventing SummerSlam was the first time 2 black wrestlers main evented a WWE show together.
We didn't even think about that at the time, bro.
No, not even at the time. But that's a huge deal. You know what I mean? Like, that was a huge deal. We didn't even realize it at the time, that they did this, that they made this like historic thing happen. And it just went right over our heads. We were more focused on it's The Rock versus Booker T. I was more focused about that because to me that in itself was historic. One of WWE's best versus one of WCW's best.
Bro. I was thinking, man, the bookend versus the rock bottom.
Exactly.
I was thinking like that. Like, as a youngster, man, I wasn't thinking like that, bro. But
No.
you look back at it now, and you like, yeah, that was big.
Yeah, it really was. Like, we didn't sit back and really appreciate it for what it was at the time. You know what I mean?
100%.
And now you can. Like, that was such an awesome match too. Like, that's one of my favorite matches of Booker's WWE run is him and Rock. The finish itself was it's so smooth. He spin-a-roonies right into a rock bottom. Like, bro, good man. Just wow. Just good times, man. And look, I'm missing a lot of we're getting a lot of shout outs, man. Look at that. Taryn. Hey, there's T5. Yeet. And we got some Marcus Losgreat, host of Gloves Off, giving us a salute. And the head honcho Larry B. Happy 100, guys. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, we definitely appreciate that. And Taryn again saying, I guess this was way back when we were talking about the whole AEW WWE conflict thing. He brought this up when I was talking about Thunder Rosa getting all the hate for hugging O'Shea Jackson and all that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then Brian in the chat room, hey, happy 100, and now you're digging through my childhood. LOL. The internet couldn't handle the Attitude Era. Sad to say, that's very true. Attitude Era was a different time.
It was, bro.
It really was. Oh man, let's take a quick little break, bro. When we come back, we're gonna jump right into our Elimination Chamber predictions before we sign off for the day. Because I got me a lunch date with my lady, my wifey.
Jody loves Chachi.
Yeah. Oh, bro, check it out. You even see this? Look what I'm rocking today. X-Men hockey jersey, dog.
Woo!
Yeah, man. Yeah, brother. Hell yeah, I got the little the X-Men patch, boom, and look at that. There's the Blackbird right there. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Hell yeah, brother. We'll be right back. Me, the SoCal Saint, the Crescent City Savage, T5. We'll be right back in just a moment, guys. Let's hear from some of our IE Sports Radio affiliates. And when we come back, we're going to give our predictions for this weekend's final stop on the road to WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, Toronto. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the 100th episode of the IE Wrestling Show. Stay tuned, guys.
What's up, Wisconsin sports fans? I'm Dan, diehard Baholic, host of the Wisconsin Whistle. Check us out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. We're talking Green Bay Packers, Milwaukee Brewers, Milwaukee Bucks, Marquette basketball, Wisconsin football and basketball, and all Wisconsin sports. Don't miss us each week, Wednesdays, 6 p.m. on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports.
Are you a fan of Minnesota sports? Do you love the Vikings and hate the Packers? Are you a fan of the Timberwolves, Twins, Wild, Lynx, St. Paul Saints? Here on the Bold North Breakdown, we'll talk about all of those professional teams as well as all the college teams in the area. That's your basketball teams, football, hockey, volleyball, men's and women's sports alike. We talk about them all. Here on the Bold North Breakdown. Join me, your host, Glenn Ritter, every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central to discuss all that is happening in the Minnesota sports scene here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Yo, welcome back to the 100th episode of the IE Wrestling Show. I'm the SoCal Saint with my bro, the Crescent City Savage. We are live and in color, y'all. And man, we got a big event coming this weekend. It is the final stop on the road to WrestleMania. And it's coming to you live from, wow, my phone just turned off. Here we go. Live from the Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Saturday, March 1st, 2025. It will be the 15th Elimination Chamber event, or the 15th No Escape event if you live in Germany, because apparently the name Elimination Chamber is a little problematic.
Ooh, I can see that. I can see that.
It's a little problematic. You know, we're not going to get into the history lesson now, but, you know. Anyway, but yes, the Rogers Center, of course, this is the home. I believe this is the home of the Toronto Blue Jays, right? This is the baseball stadium, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, that's
yeah. Oh my God. Yes, this is and this is This is what it's called now. It used to be called the Sky Dome. This is where they had WrestleMania 18.
Yeah, Sky Dome.
Yes, it used to be known as the Toronto Sky Dome, where very famously Hulk Hogan and The Rock had their big match at WrestleMania that literally overshadowed the entire card that night. And Stone Cold Steve Austin would walk out of the WWE for the first time after his WrestleMania match against Scott Hall, because he was, pissed off with creative. And of course, Booker T, who we talked about just a few moments ago, lost his match to Edge, losing that Japanese shampoo commercial. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, God. They had to get on the card somehow, I guess. So some phony Japanese hair commercial.
They wild, bro. They wild.
They wild, bro. That was creative back in the day, I guess. But yeah, so this is the card. Not a huge card. Only 4 matches and 1 segment has been announced for the event. Big matches, though. All of them I would consider. First matchup, Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion, teaming with WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus to take on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in a tag team match. I got Stratton and Stratus on this one. Straight up Stratusfaction right there. And I don't know if you've seen, WWE Shop has released a special commemorative old school WWE Women's Championship title belt in for Trish Stratus. It's got her logos on it, all around it. It's a black and gold color. And on the back of it, the leather strap has got a gold silhouette of Trish doing her famous point on the strap. So very nice, a very beautiful commemorative title that they made specifically for Trish. But yeah, Stratton and Trish have to win this unless the Queen gets involved and costs her this match, huh? What do you think?
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Trish and I. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man, I never thought about Charlotte getting interfering, but you know what? That could be a thing, because after the last couple of weeks, every time Tiffany get mollywopped and stuff, Charlotte would pull up like, boo, bitch.
Right, basically.
She pull up. That's why you got knocked out. Bro, that's what should have happened, bro. Every time she got dropped, she should have pulled up with the microphone. You got knocked out. Go, man. See you at WrestleMania, man.
Right.
I'd have been like, Charlotte, dang. See you at Mania, man.
I think it'll be a good match.
Character, but I would have popped for that.
I would pop for that, yes. But I can see like Tiffany going for her prettiest moonsault ever, and fucking Charlotte just whoop, catching that leg and dropping her ass,
Yeah, man. But I think, you know what? I think Trish, and they're in Toronto. I mean, they're in Canada. I think Trish and Tiffany are going over. Candice is gonna eat that pin. So
yeah, Candace is gonna eat that pin for sure, unless
Yeah, man.
Nia eats the pin. I wonder if Trish is sticking around for Mania. What if we get a Nia versus Trish match 1-on-1? Since Nia eliminated Trish at the Rumble, you know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, you might be onto something. And Charlotte, Charlotte, goes to the at the top of the ramp, stalking Tiffany, and then they stare down, they have the fire stare down and stuff.
Right.
Man,
We got to get some, we got to get the balls rolling, man. We're not too far out from WrestleMania now.
Yeah, man. This is road. Get on the road.
That's right. Speaking of WrestleMania, one other World Championship match will be decided with this Elimination Chamber match for the Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania 41. One half of the new WWE Tag Team Champions, forgot to mention that, Liv Morgan versus former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Naomi. Also involved in this match, Bayley. Hey, Bayley. Ooh, Roxanne Perez and Alexa Bliss. Who is going to be the woman to face Rhea at WrestleMania?
Man,
God forbid it's Liv again. God forbid.
Okay, I eliminate her right off rip because one, she doesn't have Big Mommy in there with her.
Right.
Two, she has the tag team titles. Those tag team titles definitely gonna be defended at Mania. So I eliminate Liv right off rip.
Right, for sure. Do you think Jade Cargill comes back and gets involved in this match somehow?
I don't know.
What? Ooh.
She's clear.
What if? What if Jade does show up trying to get revenge on Liv Morgan because, the talk is that Liv and Raquel supposedly are the ones that took her out. And
it turns out she ain't. She got the wrong person. It ain't. Man.
No, I guess that's a way too. But I was gonna say, in her attempt to get revenge, accidentally Bianca gets eliminated by Liv, because Jade got involved, and that sets up a Jade versus Bianca match that we've all been waiting to happen.
There's two ways to do that, because, like we all know, that footage only shows Liv and Raquel leaving. That
exactly
through. It doesn't exactly show them doing anything.
Right.
I think Jade knows who did it, and Bianca's like gung ho, like, "Oh, let's ride," but she don't know who did it. I think a lot of people think it's Naomi because there was air and opportunity.
Right.
Look who stepped up and became other half of the tag team champions. And her and Bianca was dressing up together. They was buddy.
Right.
And
man,
there's that. Oh yeah.
Bro, bring it on cheerleader outfit.
The bring it on fix.
Anyway,
we got.
Anyway, we got off track.
yeah, way off track. I think it might have been Naomi, and Bianca doesn't know it, but Jade does.
What if it was Bianca letting everybody think it was Naomi this entire time? You think they would have the balls to pull the trigger on her, a heel turn on her?
Ooh, that's what a lot of the scuttlebutt has been. A lot of people kind of want it to be Bianca, and a lot of people don't, because she's been
Bianca's
such
so good as a babyface, man.
She's been such a powerful baby face.
It really has.
I'm thinking about it is a lot of people forget she used to be heel.
She did, yeah.
She got the swag to pull off the heel, but
she does. But I feel like she's so much of a more natural babyface, though. She comes across naturally as a babyface, and Jade, I feel, is a more natural heel.
That's another thing. That's another thing. What if? And this was me going real diabolical with it. What if Jade faked that accident?
That's one way.
If
That's one way.
that's the most interesting Scooby-Doo mystery out of all this whole thing, bro.
Right? It would make Bianca look more sympathetic because she'd be like, "Why would you do that?" And Jade could come, and Jade could come back with like, "I got tired of carrying your ass." You know what I mean? Like, I'm the one getting the pins. I'm the one that won the tag team titles. I'm the star, and you hanging off my coattails. Kind of shit. You know what I mean?
100%. So by that alone, I eliminate Naomi and Bianca. Bam, bam, bam. So we got 3 eliminated. Bailey, we could do Bailey and Rhea, but I doubt it because of the Roxanne Perez situation.
I feel like if Roxanne's not winning the chamber, then it's her and Bailey at Mania.
That's why. Okay, I meant to take that back. I eliminated Bianca. That's who I think is gonna be, because they've been talking about doing Bianca and Rhea.
That's another one too. Yeah, Bianca and Rhea.
After the Rumble, the last couple of Rumbles they had.
Yeah,
I could see that's the direction they going.
Because they still haven't done that match. That's still a dream match they can get out of us, or for us anyway as fans. I mean, Alexa and Rhea could still be a thing too. I don't know if they want to throw Alexa back into the mix so soon, though.
I think they may have some Wyatt 6 stuff prepared for Alexa.
Right.
See, every time she's on screen, they do the little.
That'd be cool to see her and Nikki under the Wyatt 6 banner go after Liv and Raquel at Mania.
Oh, that would be hilarious. See them running. Save me! Cool. Save me!
That would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Though. Yeah.
That one's up in the air for me, man. The women's one is definitely up in the air for me. Next match on the card, the unsanctioned match. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Does Sami get his revenge? Or does KO take out his best friend once again? You think we're going to get a powerbomb on the ring apron on Sami? Or what if he does a fucking package pile driver on the apron?
Powerbomb up? That's where you're gonna go with this, bro. We're gonna get everything.
We're gonna get everything.
They're gonna throw everything at this, bro. Man, they in Canada too.
Yeah, I know.
Everything at this one, bro.
I still
this ain't gonna be for a week of hard.
I still see it in my head that Randy's either gonna come back in this match and set up him and KO. Or Karrion Kross is going to get involved and set up him and Sami.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's got to be the match, right? Because who does Sami wrestle at Mania? If it's not, if this match wasn't happening in Toronto, I would assume this match would have been for Mania. I thought I thought that's where we were headed. But if Randy's coming back for WrestleMania season, which all signs point to yes, then obviously he's going after Kevin because Kevin's the one that took him out. And where does that leave Sami? And the only other person Sami's been having these interactions with off and on and trying to be manipulated by is Karrion. And people have been sleeping on Karrion for way too long. And I feel like lately he's been doing a lot of his best work. Karrion Kross, his current character, reminds me a lot of the potential. Man, I'm going to really go deep cuts here, bro. He reminds me of Sean O'Hare, of what Sean O'Hare could have been, the devil's advocate. I'm not telling you what you don't already know. You know
what? I didn't expect you to go there. I thought you might have been going like on some Kevin Sullivan type stuff.
I mean, that's older school, but I was going because Sean O'Hare, his character could have been so much more than just a lackey for Roddy Piper, what it ended up being.
Yeah.
Those promos were some of the best promos I'd seen in a long time at that time.
Yeah.
And he was playing this devil's advocate type of thing, like laying in the cut, getting people to do these ridiculous things, manipulating them. And Karrion Kross is almost doing the same thing in the same vein. Like, so many things have happened with Karrion Kross laying in the cut. Drew's heel turn came after Karrion got involved in his business. A lot of things have trickled down. Like Karrion Kross has had like this trickle down effect with a lot of people. Miz and R-Truth breaking up. Karrion Kross was right in the middle of that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it like, I don't know, just a lot of things seem to line up.
The New Day, bro. He was in Xavier Woods' ear the whole time. So everybody thought Xavier Woods was gonna turn.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like, yeah, bro. Like it's kind of like what was it? It was like that Malachi Black effect when you spit that mist in your eye. Next thing you know, you end up turning into one of his homies. That was kind of like Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross put that bug in your ear. Next thing you know, you end up wilding out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened. Everybody, he started, say, bruh, let me talk to you for a second. Say, bruh, boy, he was talk about stirring. Boy, that boy was stirring the pot. That boy had one of them big old wooden spoons, one of them big old gumbo spoons, stirring that pot, bruh. And I could see him going after Sammy.
Yeah.
And Randy popping back up with that, like, he beats Sammy. And Kevin is going way too hard with it. Like, it's unsanctioned.
Way too far.
It's unsanctioned. Can't nobody stop it. The rules have been thrown out, and Kevin talking about ending this man's career. Then all of a sudden, iron horses in my hand. Bam!
Oh man, that place light up.
Joint. The roof coming off that joint. Randy come and get his pound of flesh. They going hard, bam, bam, bam. And then Monday Night Raw, Sammy and Karrion Kross. See, I told you, bro. Man, I ain't trying to hear that right now. I almost got murdered and stuff, bro. I ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
I can see that, bro.
I don't even want Karrion's interaction to be a vocal one with Sammy. I almost want him to like take out Sammy, not in a sort of a sneak attack way, but like Sammy can come out talking about the match, and then here comes Karrion Kross with another beatdown on Sammy, just 48 hours after the fact, and you can just see Karrion, because Karrion's been vocal online, like he's like, I'm not waiting anymore. It's my time now, and he could just vocalize that in his actions, be like, I'm done waiting. You know what I mean?
And try to use him as a stepping stone. And Sammy's like, bro, I ain't nobody's stepping stone. You wild.
Exactly. Oh, man. Whatever the case, this match is going to be entertaining. I can't even pick a winner because we are all the winners going to be watching this one.
If you've seen any of Kevin and Sammy throughout the years, or Kevin and Generico, whatever you want to say it, bruh, they don't put on bad matches, bruh.
No, not at all.
They don't. This is gonna be them boys gonna show the hell out, bruh.
Mm-hmm. So, The Rock, the People's Champion, the Shang Tsung of WWE, apparently, since he wants people's souls. Allegedly, the most electrifying man on the board of TKO, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is coming to TO. And he has presented this scenario to Cody Rhodes, as he did on last week's episode of SmackDown, where he said, he praised Cody Rhodes for being a great champion and a champion of the people, but he wants Rhodes to be his champion. I want you to be my champion, and I can take your career even higher. I want your soul, Cody. And it's been very like, the internet has been at odds of how to accept this type of promo from The Rock, because Rock was kind of all over the place with this.
He was.
And he's expecting Cody Rhodes to give him an answer in Toronto. So what I don't know what we're going to get from this segment. Like, I really don't see anything happening from it unless the men's elimination chamber match happens prior to this, which I don't see that happening. I feel that's got to be the main event, right? They can't end the show on a talking segment with The Rock. I just don't see that happening. I really hope not.
Nope, this ain't SmackDown. Y'all chill out with that.
Exactly. So, I mean, I really don't have a comment on this either way until we know who the winner of the chamber is, because I feel like a lot of people I've seen online want CM Punk to not only win the chamber,
Be the
but
people's
go
champ.
corporate and to
Corporate
get his
Punk.
WrestleMania main event and be like, oh, okay, Cody wants to say no, fuck it. I want this main event so damn bad that
Yeah.
I'll suck it up. I'll put on the suit and tie. I'll be corporate Punk for Rock. I'll be your champion.
I got suit and tie, suit and tie, suit and tie.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
I've seen that scenario being played out. Some people think it could be Drew wanted to put in the suit and tie and be the corporate champion, but I don't know.
Corporate Cena.
That's almost like that's not even really a stretch, because Cena's definitely the most corporate champion out of all those guys, because he was Vince's handpicked guy for so long.
You don't know how many people want to see corporate Cena, but people are trying to they're trying to logically, he's not going to go corporate. This is his last go run. He wants to get cheered. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to be,
I mean, it could make sense because he was so adamant, like after losing the Rumble, that he was like, I'm getting that last title. I'm getting that 17th world title. I'm putting myself in elimination. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good scenario right there,
Yep, enough for him to, and then look at how dire it is. He lost the Rumble. He probably loses Chamber, and then he goes and sells his soul to one of his greatest rivals, Dwayne. Bro.
Oh, it would make a lot of sense too, because
he would sell his soul to Dwayne to get one more run at glory.
And Cena could go back to their feud and be like, I was wrong. I was critical of The Rock for leaving. I was critical of The Rock for not coming back, for not being here for the fans. But then I realized there's more to life than this. There's a life outside of this ring, and that life is Hollywood. And I've been kicking ass there like I did right here. And you know what? I took the blueprint of that man, my boss, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And he can 100% justify it. He'd be like, I did it all for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do this for me. I did this for y'all.
Yeah.
I wanted to give y'all one more run with me as y'all champion. And this is the only way I could get. Bro, come on.
Right.
Pull the trigger, Triple H. Pull the trigger, you coward.
Again, guys, the Elimination Chamber Toronto. It's going to be a big show. It's the last stop on the road to WrestleMania. I don't know. We just have to watch and see. At this point, it really is a up in the air kind of scenario for any of these matches. So I'm really excited. That's going to be airing live on Peacock here in the United States, and then now on Netflix internationally for all our international fans out there. So I hate to call it a day on us on this 100th episode, but it is that time. I got to be on my way, but I just want to say thank y'all, wrestling fans, for 100 episodes and many more to come of the IE Wrestling Show. Please follow myself at the IE Wrestling Show TikTok and X account. And my boy T5, please follow him on his socials at whoistfizzle and Crescent City _IE. T5, you got anything to shout out to the people here?
Thank you for welcoming us into your homes and your mobile devices and wherever you find us. Please continue to support the show. Like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube and other platforms. Continue to watch us. We'll continue to spit wrestling as long as you continue to bring us in. Yeah, we like talking wrestling with you. We like doing the thing, man. We love you guys. Plus, I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah, man. The show's been great, man. I love it that you got to join me and be a part of this, man. Thank you, T5, for being here with me. Here's to 100 more, brother. Thank you. Stay tuned, y'all. We got big things in the future. We got the road to WrestleMania starting real soon. We're gonna be on it, like taking the page out of the Harlem Heat. We're gonna be on like Nick Ball.
We coming for you, sucker!
Yeah. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you. Oh man. The Crescent City Savage, myself, the SoCal Saint. We'll see y'all next time on the IE Wrestling Show. Thank y'all. Take care. Stay blessed. Stay healthy. We'll see y'all next time.